TV in the booth.
Here we are,
There
man.
you go.
Listen, it's November 3rd, and I sit here now with the playoff rankings coming out tomorrow night. I sit here now 7-1 with 4 games left, 3 of which are at home. Listen, you can't ask for a better spot. You can't ask for a better spot for where we are right now. And I'm looking right here at a playoff bracketology with Louisville in it.
I'm God, Steve, you're not going playoff bracketology, are you?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
football.
Just to see that Cardinal bird head up there, and look against Ole Miss, and I'm like, this is where you want to be in November, man. You want to be able to look ahead.
Steve, don't start putting faces to opponents. Are we allowed to do that already?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's man. Listen, I'm excited, man. I'm ready to roll, and listen, college basketball tips off today, and this football team has made us distracted. I mean, you play Kentucky next week in basketball, and I got a game tonight. I'm having a hard time really kind of focusing on it because I'm like, man, I want to see these rankings, and I want to see these, and what this football team just did on Saturday, and how they keep just winning, and they keep just, overcoming, whatever it is. I mean, you can say they don't look like, if you want to say, and we'll touch it all, and say, well, they don't look like they're the best team in the world. Yeah, but they just keep winning. They keep finding ways to win. They keep, getting things together. The adjustments at halftime continue to be incredible on both sides of the ball. It's just from top to bottom, man. They're doing some great stuff, and yeah, man, I'm excited. It's November, and we're getting to have shows like this. We're not like, well, we could probably get to 8 wins if we beat Cal, then you beat Kentucky, and that'll put you at 8.
You're not talking about you. You know what makes it even funner? What makes it even funner to talk about, Steve?
I'm listening.
If you watch any football outside of Louisville football, you're like, we're in this thing.
Yeah.
We are in this thing.
Yeah. I mean, we'll watch other teams, and you don't feel like, oh, my God, I just can't beat
that's
those
the
teams.
one thing that's been removed from our football world in the last roughly 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Just watching most of college football, and just listen, 2 years ago, let's say there were 8 teams. Let's say last year there were 5 teams. Let's say this year there might be 2 or 3 teams that you go, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, the other 25 teams that you pay attention to as a Louisville football fan on a year to year, we'll start saying football programs. We'll start saying football coaches. The ones you pay attention to on November 3rd, you're 7-1 saying we are in this thing, in the thick of it.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have. That's a good feeling to have. Nikki V in the booth.
They want the boot.
Good morning, guys. We got a pretty one today. And yeah, the Cards just keep winning with evidently the stupidest football coach in America. Because I'll be honest, had an early morning on Saturday, took a nap, woke up, it's halftime, Cards down, get on Twitter, and my God.
Oh, Nick.
Louisville, I'm not saying all of you.
Oh, Nick.
Not saying all of you.
Oh, Nick.
But a handful of you just jumping off the ship. Good Lord.
Oh, Nick. Don't, you're going to look. I even told Nick before the show, I said, look, just save that take for you and Andy. Just save that take for you and Andy. Like, don't send me off this ledge. Look, we all get
do we trust our Brom or not? I mean, I'm not Not everybody. Not everybody.
There's some that don't.
But my goodness.
mean, my God.
I
It's
pop
so
on
much.
Twitter.
It's so much worse than if they trust Brom or not.
Saturday was bad, man. Saturday was bad. Like, I was like, guys, I mean, we're not that far. Like, I mean, it was almost treated. I hate we even got to go down this road early. But, like, Saturday was, like, not just. If you were in Nick's situation and woke up, you would have thought we were down 28-0.
That's
like we're just getting blown out of this stadium.
I had a late night with the Halloween, early morning the next day, kid's birthday party, come home, take a little nap. Oh, snap, I slept through the first half.
Yeah.
I still have it on my I was listening to the pregame, dozed off. I'm listening to William McDermott give the halftime report.
Yeah.
I hop on Twitter and I'm like, wait a second now. Like, the chagrin of Twitter isn't totally matching the score. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know it sounded like it wasn't a great half. I went back and watched it. Yes, it wasn't a great first half.
Sure.
But, oh, my God.
But also, I mean, just watching the game, I mean, and listen, I am a fire everybody, you know, every time a play goes wrong inside my home. I understand that. But, like, if you watch that game, it was one of those where you were like, okay, we have allowed them to have some momentum. You know, you get a blocked punt. You're like, okay, you know, you get the interception. You get kind of again, I'm staying kind of macro. We'll get back into all this. But it was, Marcus, for me, I was just like, they're kind of riding a high right now. Can you?
You mean Virginia Tech?
Yeah. I was like, but the defense is still getting stops. You still feel like you're just a play away on offense. I didn't feel like there was some kind of crazy threat during that game.
Because you respect football, Steve. Because you respect football.
Yeah.
You respect the team. You respect everybody. Hey, everybody's coming to play. We have a better team. We came to play.
Yeah.
Let it work itself out.
Yeah. It was a little much Saturday. I was like, I mean, and if that makes you mad, then you were probably the one doing it. I don't know, but like,
I'm sure. Like I said,
it was a little much. Like, hey, we need to pick this up. We need to again, not saying you're not going to criticize, but some people are on the text line kind of jumping on Nick, and I'm like, no, Nick's right on this one. And if it bites you that bad, then you probably were that person.
Fan, yeah.
Like, yeah, because Saturday did not warrant the explosion in the first half of this is just dog ass football. You know what I mean? Like guys, we're okay. Like, we're okay here. Like, you know, and they bounced back in the second half. They made great adjustments. Again, the defense, they pitched a shutout. You know,
I mean, am I out of line by saying we haven't earned the right to act like that in one half of football?
I mean, I think so, but see, this is where I get mad.
Socially.
Marcus. This is where I get mad at words like the Brom blunder. Because people say that word, Steve? People say that enough.
Gosh darn it.
But people say that enough, okay? And I know Nick, you're kind of like, I think you're on my side with this too. About you get a little queasy with that because like, you say it enough and people just believe it's a thing. Like, well, the Brom blunder, he loses one like this every year.
I mean, just Steve.
Well, I mean,
mathematically, in the last 20 years, how many coaches have won college football championships? You know, when you start just doing the numbers and just coming up with a name for the 2 losses that you might have every year.
Yeah.
And you give them a nickname called a blunder. I mean, do you realize that you're literally setting the table of championship or nothing with, let's just say, inferior talent levels that he's had?
I mean, sure. Well, at Purdue, he really didn't have, quote unquote. I mean, he lost to really good teams. And since he's been at Louisville, Stanford, I mean, is Stanford really the only game where you went in and it was just like the fine? And that game you controlled pretty much the whole game, but we just pissed down the bed. And he can take the blame for that, sure. But we just pissed down our leg in the last couple minutes of that game.
Right.
I mean, it was dang near. We talked about it the other day, Nick. I mean, it was dang near a statistical impossibility.
Yeah.
For them to win that game. And
everything had to have gone wrong for them to be able to.
I mean, so Pittsburgh, are you calling Pittsburgh a Brom blunder?
You imagine being
in the rain,
the winningest
losing a starting lineman,
banged up quarterback.
Sorry, Marcus.
No.
Could
you imagine being the winningest coach in the ACC over a span of 3 years, and every loss is like you're just losing to inferior opponents,
right?
But yet you're the winningest coach.
And I don't want to sound like I'm jumping on, like I'm not like, oh, jumping on the fans or anything like that. Like, dude,
no, I understand. I'm being coach. I'm being Coach Brom right now.
Listen, Steve Rummage in his living room sounds just like you sound on Twitter. First half, you all suck. Isaac Brown can't keep. He can't stay healthy. So you might as well go ahead and send him off. Get ready to pay somebody else because he needs to go play somewhere else.
You were cut NIL negotiations.
Oh yeah, I cut Isaac. I mean, Chris Bell. Where you been? I guess Brom. I screamed in my living room. And I'm being open with you guys so that way everybody knows. This isn't just me just like, oh, you stupid fans.
I hope I didn't come off that way either.
No, you didn't. No, a couple that jumped back, I'm like, y'all were on Twitter probably talking about how crappy the program is.
Yeah, you probably deleted a couple tweets.
Right. And then Nick stabbed you in the gut with that one. But like I literally at one point was like, I guess Brom forgot feed the studs. He just totally forgot. He's forgot we got Chris Bell. He's forgot we got Isaac Brown. And he's decided to outthink the room and throw the ball to Trayshawn Hurry and Dakari Collins for the rest of the game. I said that. I get that. That's what a fan is. We go crazy during games.
Yeah, it's short for fanatic. Yeah, right.
And
okay, that's fair.
Totally fine. But it's like, come on, man. Like, we literally sit here and we say things and we hear things repeated. And maybe I let it go too much, but we hear things
that's
like.
That's my danger. To me, that's the danger.
Well, there's the Brom blunder coming. There's a Brom blunder coming.
I mean, imagine 6 games.
What the hell? He's been here for 3 years, won more ACC games than anybody else, and had one game that we just lost to a team that we had no business at all losing to, and that was Stanford. And now it's every year, here comes the Brom blunder.
And then imagine you're 1-0, you're 2-0, you're 3-0, and you're just saying, when's the blunder? When's the blunder?
Yeah.
It goes back to my original midday first one of
guaranteeing Cal wins by 4 touchdowns. Now we're asking the gods.
It goes back to my original. Everybody sucks, and then you win the championship, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Waiting for the loss. Waiting for an entire season of waiting to just for the I'm going to be right if I'm critical. If I spend all of my day and all of my nights talking about ways you're going to lose, I'm going to be right 9.9 times out of 10 eventually.
I can't believe I'm even reading this tweet, Marcus. But, I mean, the texter's kind of right. And, look, he's my president, but he's got his faults, okay? I understand that.
Oh.
This texter says,
do go on. Do go on.
Oh, please. Okay. I never said he's a great dude, okay? This texter says the Brom blunder sounds like a Trump tactic, labeling something that isn't really true. And I'm like, it's my guy and all, but, he does that. He does that, okay? Listen, I can agree with you, even though, my guy, all right? Look, he does that, okay? He would repeat something. He has a great aim just to repeat something, and then people just start believing it. Like, it's just the gospel, like, yeah, you're right. That does happen because I have family and I have
these are marketing tactics. Nothing
that
new.
I will say, even though, look, everybody knows I'm Republican, whatever, that's fine. That's my business. All right. But I do have family and stuff that like, they believe some stuff that I'm like, you're really kind of just blindly following that. Like, I don't think that's actually a thing. I think he's just saying that. Like, I don't know.
That even you're going like,
I don't, guys. Maybe let's not. No, maybe let's not preach about this. Let's bring it down. But you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
But it does. That's funny. That's actually a really funny text. But it's kind of true. It's like you just repeat it enough that it's like, oh yeah, well everybody knows Brom craps down his leg once a year. Okay, so was the Brom blunder his first year the ACC title game against Florida State? Was it? I mean, Kentucky probably was more of a blunder than Pitt to me. And Kentucky, I mean, wasn't that bad that year. I mean, like you had Ray Davis, you had Barry Brown, and who's my guy playing out in Nebraska? I mean,
Wandale Robinson,
the quarterback, and I hate him even trying to give. I mean, you were better than Kentucky.
Yeah.
Like we should have won that game. But okay. So, I mean, Jordan fumbles at the 50-yard line, so that's the Brom blunder. Like, I mean, what is it? Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I hate that I'm, like, getting so passionate about this one, but I think Saturday just kind of set me off on that Brom blunder thing because I started seeing tweets like, here's the Brom blunder. Here's the I mean.
Yeah, like I said, again.
Guys, it's 9-7.
My critique is not personal or my angst is not personal. It's overall lack of respect for competition. I think makes people say it too easy. Repeat it too easy. Like and again, we have always been more sportsy than takey. Just sports, and in the sports world, a directed sports world, I'm like, a holding penalty, a fumble, like anything can change the course of a game, no matter how much you prepare. It's like, so yeah. Like I said, I just respect the competition.
Absolutely. You want to get to the phone lines really
Absolutely.
quick? We got a couple on there. We'll just open it up since we're kind of Mondays, kind of macro Mondays for us, anyways. Let's go ahead and get we'll get Priest in here. He was first. Priest, welcome in to 93.9. What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? I was doing the same thing, man. I got on Facebook and was like, oh, there we go. We win the ones we ain't supposed to win, and we lose the ones we're supposed to win. And then I got egg on my face. I was excited, though. I'm hoping that Isaac Brown be okay. But I got a shout-out for the middle school championship was this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And two of the coaches, John Cole and Woody Birdsong, Hudson Middle School's head coach and Shawnee's head coach. Shawnee was 0-8 last year, and they came back and won. They went 10-0. Great season, and also for Coach Birdsong taking them guys. It was an all-West End championship, beat J.C. TMS and Westport last week, and I just want to give a shout-out to them and a shout-out to Louisville Cardinals. The Go Cards tonight. Have a good day, guys.
Hey, man, appreciate the call, man. Very cool.
Anytime,
cool.
give those shout-outs. We do really appreciate those.
Yeah. Very, very cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, yeah,
and
give him a big shout-out for
and
that.
single-season turnarounds, get used to them.
Heck yeah, dude.
That's sports nowadays.
I know. Yeah, no. How about
anybody
that,
else
man?
on the phone lines?
Yeah. We got Janky. Let's get him in. Janky, welcome in, man. What's going on?
Oh, just living the dream, guys. I kind of want to embrace the Brom blunder thing.
Okay.
Right? Like,
listen.
because everybody, it doesn't matter how good you are at anything. You have complacency moments, right?
Sure.
And I think that's kind of what people are referring to in a way. And I think it was Saturday. And I think instead of losing, I think we ended up pulling it out. Like, so.
Sure.
Like
I
maybe
can play that. I can play that.
Yeah.
Maybe we experienced it, right? We experienced the minimal amount of unfocusedness or, overconfidence in some way. I don't know what contributes to it every time, but maybe we experienced it and we were good enough and prepared enough to come out of it.
Sure.
And now it no longer matters. Maybe it's gone. Maybe Saturday we vanquished the Brom blunder altogether by proving that it can happen and we can still win.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I could play that game. I appreciate the call, Jinky. I could play that game. I just don't like that there's like this crazy narrative that he just craps the bed.
Like there's one game on the schedule that he doesn't prepare for.
Yeah, like this is the game he just forgot what to do. I mean, like this text says, you're simplifying it. 9-7, but you're not including the offense looked like nothing working outside of the opening drive. We had one running back go for 130 yards on 16 carries. We had one running back go for 94 on 12 carries. Miller Moss was 19 of 28. He only had 136 yards and a touchdown. 2 receivers went over 50 yards. Like, I'm like, could it not be that maybe you just went into Virginia Tech and played a tough game?
Steve,
and won 28-16.
What was Virginia Tech's record going into this game?
Was it like 3? I think, what did they have? 3 games, 3 wins?
Either 2 or 3. I think they just beat Cal. Then that gave them their third
win. Just
win.
beat Cal. Yeah. So they had 3 wins, 3-6.
Steve, after that Cal win, their momentum at Virginia Tech was sky high. They were not supposed to have that rocking of a crowd. Like, when do you see 3 and 4 teams? Thank you, Slim Tent. 3 and 4 teams with energy like that, with the replaced coach. It's not very often. They were turned up. They were prepared, and I don't care what anybody says. James Madison did it. If you're willing to put your quarterback in a full game of RPOs and running the game, and you're just committed to running the game like Virginia Tech was, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a hard game. And what do? You have to value your possession, because I would love Miller Moss to have, 30 passes for 332 yards. We also have to remember, we knew from the very beginning Virginia Tech was going to be ball possession, going for it on 4th downs, on anything short on this side of the field.
Shortens the game.
We knew, that's what I'm saying. So you had to keep the ball out of danger with Miller Moss. So coach he can't just be electrifying offensive play caller in a game like this when they're going to shorten the game. Sorry,
Marcus, Jeff Brom has to also overcome the Moss blunder, which is a thing, because there is one throw every game that Miller Moss, I am convinced, forgets how to play football. Just one. It's usually one. But there is one that he drops back, and the Monstars are like, give me that. He's like, and he just throws it.
Outside of that forced downfield, he kept the ball out of trouble.
There's somebody at the door with a box, and it is very off-putting. He is an older gentleman with a Philadelphia Eagles sweatshirt on.
Okay.
And it's very, I'm so, no, and like, Nick, you don't have to go get it. It's just so off-putting. He's just standing there, and he's looking like, Leo, he's looking right at me. Like, I'm like, what do you want me to do, man?
Is he making you feel like Diener?
Yeah, like he's making me uncomfortable, because I'm like, dude, I'm on the air. I don't know what you want me to do here, but I'm just trying to, I'm trying not to make eye contact with him.
He's saying, Steve, I know you go off script in the middle of
the
show.
I know,
like,
yeah. He's
don't
like,
I
know it's almost break time, dude, and I'm holding this box.
Don't act like you're extreme professional.
I'm being kind of funny there, but it is like, I mean, there's kind of like one throw where and this one just so happened that really gave them a ton of momentum when they got that interception, and then, they get a score. Because the only time they scored was off of short fields.
Yep.
We gave them 2 crazy short fields, and they scored both times. And I mean, like, at that point, I don't, and then, of course, you have the blocked punt, which good play by them. I do think we were a little lethargic getting that punt off on the weekend, which I think that's built. It's funny. I mentioned that right before we went off the air.
You've been seeing that coming for 3 weeks at least.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny, right before we went off the air, I was like, on Friday, I was like, punting. I'm a little nervous about that. Like, we got to get that together. I didn't know they were going to block one.
And he was completely unblocked too. Like, our formations weren't there.
Something was just off that play, or they just won that game of chess. I can
Yes.
play that too. That was one where they got you and they
Steve,
snuck some in there.
Anybody who knows anything about Virginia
Mhm.
Tech knows that the Virginia Tech's road to recovery is going to start with their special teams.
Yeah.
That's what made them different for years and years and years. And that's what you know, like I said, that's how Coach Brom always talks about keeping it fun.
Yes.
When you have a special teams commitment like Virginia Tech, that will keep everybody as involved as anything with a floundering team. Go ahead.
Well, and totally agree. And again, and then we'll take one more call before we get out of here, or before we take our first break. But because I think we have Coach Brom today at 11, so we'll hear that, and then we'll. But I mean, also a game where, okay, let's play the game. Let's say the offense was struggling. Okay, even though I don't think they were terrible. Okay, I think we made some good plays and we did. But how about this? Let's play that game. The offense was struggling. You know what good teams do? They have a guy like Colin Lacey that gets one to the 4-yard line for you and helps you get a touchdown. I mean, that's Colin Lacey's touchdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm looking at Colin Lacey. He's getting a helmet sticker for a touchdown. Like you set that up. That's on you. You know, that's what good plays. That's what good teams do.
And not only that, but after you get that Colin Lacey, it's going to change the field position for the rest of the game because they're not going to want to kick to him.
Mm-hmm.
You notice, listen, you're getting an extra 12 yards, 12 to 15 yards with them trying to do coffin corners or trap Colin Lacey, at the line, or just kicking it out the end zone. Like, I didn't think they wanted any parts of Colin Lacey after him touching the ball.
No, absolutely not. You want to take a last call before we take our first break? Nick, I'm sorry. Tori, welcome into 939. What's going on?
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call.
For sure.
You think Louisville fans kind of panic because, like I said, we're under the mindset that, I think we're still under that Bobby Petrino mindset to where if we're not scoring like 70 points a game, that we're struggling. I mean, there's going to be games where, we only have 7 or 9, 10 points at halftime. But, I think we're just so used to, like, Lamar running up and down the field. And, like, when we straight up clapped UC a long time ago, 70-7. I just think Louisville fans are used to scoring 50 to 60 points a game. And when that doesn't happen, then we're all in panic mode. Second point I got is with Georgia Tech losing Saturday, how does that change the landscape as far as tiebreakers? Because I know I think Georgia Tech, Virginia, Louisville, and I think Pitt only has one loss. I know we got the tiebreaker over Pitt, but how would that work since Virginia and Georgia Tech doesn't play each other? I know that's a few weeks down the road, but just curious on how all that works out. And thanks for guys taking my call.
Appreciate it, Tori. The last segment of the show, we'll touch on a little bit of the future, the tiebreaker things and stuff.
Okay. As far as his first point, that is an absolute DNA thing with us.
I totally agree. I think that was a great point by him.
Yeah, between putting up points, because it all goes back to wanting national respect and the insecurity of us not getting our just due, right?
Yep.
So Louisville sports, as a fan base, you get the overcompensation, but you have to self-diagnose. Like, I'm overcompensating because I'm 7-1 and I got a damn good team. Do not overcompensate. Worried about the ACC. Listen, call it out, because like I said, we're going to talk about that, the big picture later on in the last segment. But you also got to call out, hey, I'm being insecure about my team right now.
And we're 22 games straight. We've scored over 24 points.
I'm being insecure about my team. I'm being insecure about my quarterback play. I'm being insecure about my offensive play calling. I'm being insecure about all these things, about Coach Brom deciding to go for it instead of taking the points. Just don't cause that to let you be insecure, thinking what is somebody else thinking of us, and we're just winning games. Let's take a quick commercial break, get a good reset here on 93.9 The Ville.
Hello, this is Michael at Extreme Auto Sound and Marine. It's hard to squeeze everything that we offer in a 30-second slot, but here goes. At XAS, we can upgrade your vehicle system with a touchscreen stereo offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for hands-free driving. We can improve your sound by replacing
From the 5002, where we rep it true. Cardinal red, black and white, that's our crew. Ballin' hard on the court, scoring touchdowns too. Louisville's finest, we're coming through. Young center pack, freedom, all memories. Gridiron legends, Cardinal legacy. From Muhammad Ali to Lamar Jackson's fleet, we put on for the city, can't you see? Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Derby City flow, Southern hospitality. Slugger feel the church, we got duality. BB and who, we the real Kentucky. Cars fly together, that's our reality. From the west end to the east, Cardinal pride don't never cease. Throw your wheels up, let them know. Louisville's here to run the show. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the ceiling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, history in the making. Made for the Ville, yeah, we built different. L's up high, keep 'em raised to the feeling. Cardinal Nation, feel the ground shaking. Made for the Ville, Louisville taking over.
You want to be treated. That's how we do business here. No games, no pressure, just honest deals and folks who actually care if you're happy. People drive a long way to buy from us, and there's a reason. When we say Best Buy Country Mile, we mean it. It's not about distance, it's about how far we'll go to take care of you. Come see us at Carriage Ford or visit us at carriageford.com.
I gotta keep these commercials down, y'all.
Best Buy Country Mile.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that affect the real estate market, making the process
Copyrighted
more
that. Actually, I'm gonna make a
complex
bunch of
than
commercials
ever.
to
And if you're not
run
working
on
with
the
the right
YouTube
real
channel
estate agent
during the breaks.
professional, you could
Listen,
find yourself
if y'all have
so
businesses
fast.
and you want to run some
That's why
commercials on the
more
YouTube
than ever,
channel,
work with someone who's proven
hit me up,
their
email me,
expertise.
madefortheville
Like my
at
good friend
gmail.
Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the Remax Hall of Fame.
Because I can't keep
and
running
named
the
one of
studio
Louisville's
commercials
40 under 40.
on the
This
YouTube
guy knows
channel.
the game inside and out. Josh and the team at Remax Empire
What else?
are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal.
When we come
every
back, are we
time.
going straight to
So don't let
offense,
a cut-rate
defense, or
agent
special
make a
teams?
rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com.
I think,
And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it
I
right
think
here on 93.9 The Ville, and you're going to
I think they're
receive
taking the
up to
time.
$5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this
I think
top-notch
I think he
service.
likes what he
Might
has
seem
right now.
expensive, but poor service
I
can
think
cost you a
Ace needs to
fortune.
take his
Don't
time.
settle for
It
less
isn't
than the
me,
best.
man. It isn't
Josh
ACL.
Jarbo, principal broker owner of Remax
You want him-
Empire
you
and
want him
co-founder of Modern
athletic.
Mortgage A to Z. NMLS number
You want him
225-6125. Each
confident.
office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Like I said, I didn't
to Manchester.
I didn't think he was gonna be ready early.
Lexington to Louisville. Let's play football. Join us Saturday. The Cardinals.
What you don't think he's trying to hold out, do you? Trying to red shirt again?
For Louisville football.
He got to be tired of college by now. Is that what? Are you? I mean, Coach. No, he'd have to. If he did that again, shout out. Isn't always 968-6222. Or you can look up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222. Or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
It's always fun when you hear Nick. He says, like he starts playing a song and he goes, "Crap, that's not it." Pull it down real quick.
It wasn't what he was expecting.
Yeah, it's like, all right. We're going to get to the phone lines in a second, but I want to give a shout out to my friends over at the Grout Medical Louisville. Give them a call, 502-609-3900. They do regrouting, recaulking, cleaning, sealing, tile repair, and replacement. They're getting Nate Huber together, man. So
That's awesome.
doing some work for him here at the studio at his house. So look, they do they have a customer first mentality. They're going to go to you. They're going to say, okay, what exactly do you need? Let's come in. Let's look at it. They'll come to the house. You know, it's not like a blanket, like, yeah, I just need this. They want to see exactly what needs to be done. They do residential or commercial. So give them a call. Owners, Jeremy Wheatley, Audrey, and Marty McGraw, they'll be there to help you. Give them a call for a free estimate at 502-609-3900. A couple little AP rankings, too. Texter's right here. I had to look it up just to make sure, but JMU's 27, Pitt's 28. I mean, those games are going to, tomorrow night we'll get into later after we hear Coach Brom and stuff, maybe even tomorrow, but the playoff poll will come out tomorrow night or maybe even Wednesday, really, after it happens. And then we really have a settled for like, okay, this is where we're at, You want to get to the phone lines really quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, we got Thane on the line. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all hear me?
Yep, we got you.
All right, man. Appreciate it. I just wanted to tell my story. Me and my dad, we drove out 6 hours to go to the game on Saturday. I mean, atmosphere was great. I mean, Virginia Tech, that's probably one of the best stadiums ever. That was the first road game we ever went to.
Okay.
It was great. And, I mean, the crowd's rowdy. First half, they got all the reasons to be rowdy. The pick, the punt. In the second half, that defense, man, our defense is just killer.
So
shut them down. The noise was non-existent no more. It was great, amazing. Came out. Cards fans are incredible. They're hyped. It was the best thing ever. That's all I want to say is give my input, and always go Cards, baby.
That's it, man. Hey, appreciate that, and I appreciate that story. That's very cool, man.
Shame on us. Shame on us for not opening the show because when you watched the game, you had a very proud, smirk on your face when you heard those Card chants in that stadium early. And
man, that was a good crowd.
How good did those? Because listen, you could hear them silently at the beginning, Steve. Kind of, while Virginia Tech was still turned up, you still heard the.
Thank you for everybody that made that trip, man.
Yes.
Everybody made that trip. You did us proud, man. You did us proud.
100%.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, because that was a good showing, a really, really good showing for Louisville. And I was definitely proud of the fan base on that one. And hey, it was a good trip, I mean, you could shoot up there, but let me add to, because look, I'm giving my team nothing but credit when we win, especially. Everybody that went said that, and I appreciate him telling that story. Him and his dad going. That's cool. That's a very cool story. First game. Especially that's good for me because Elijah is now where he's like, man, I'm trying to hit some road games. He's really into wanting to go live, so we're planning on doing some stuff like that. So that's very cool. But everybody that went said the atmosphere was incredible. Crowd was great. I mean, look, that's a place, man, where look, they're playing with house money. They're excited. They're about to get a new coach. I told the story on Thursday or Friday, Marcus, how I kept telling you after we had let Kenny Payne go and we were searching for a coach, I said, I kept telling you, I'm having more fun watching this tournament. Because, I just had juice.
Yeah.
I had juice. I was like, okay, we're going to be back, baby. Like, I'm ready. Even if it wasn't necessarily Pat Kelsey.
I was going to say, I always think, like I said, we've done enough radio. No, I always think the program brand is so strong, we'll be fine. So a season or two never killed me.
Sure.
Never has.
But you can get an extra if you're a Virginia Tech though.
Yes.
And you had a couple bad years. Now you fired your coach. Now you're hearing about James Franklin. You're hearing about these guys. You're hearing this coach. You're hearing Will Stein. I'm not saying they're going to get any of these guys, but right now they're juiced up. So number 16 Louisville's coming to town. Hey, they're like, those fans are literally saying, we've never seen Louisville here before. So let's go. I mean, let's get hype. Like the first time Louisville's ever been here.
And it is still Louisville that just beat Miami. It is still Louisville that's trending as one of the hot teams. And it's our opportunity to show that we're still the big dogs of the ACC. This is still, we have when someone has a chance to take you out before you become that monster.
Yep.
Like I said, we enjoy doing it.
And that's why in the first half, I mean, I was sitting there and I'm watching the game with the family and we're like, just look, get through this. They have momentum right now. And the way the defense, and we haven't even talked enough about the defense today. And with Coach Brom and a game tonight, we're going to have to talk some basketball too. There's a lot to get to during crossover season here. So we're probably not going to be able to give the defense the correct amount of praise that they deserve today. But watching them, even when that momentum, they still got stops. And it was just
said
like
it last week, Steve. How many times did you one more yourself?
Oh yeah. One more stop. Hey, you get this one, we're okay. You get this one, we're okay.
I'm wanting to apologize retroactively just for how much I think it, Steve.
Yeah.
Because it's like
100%.
Marcus, stop saying that. Stop saying one more stop. Stop saying, hey, just hold them to a field goal. I will watch them get to the 48-yard line, and I will start saying, just hold them to a field goal.
Yep.
And then 3 plays later, they're punting from their own, 40, 42.
I know. What about Kiwan? Again. Second game in a row. He closes the game. That's a closer, man. Like that. How big is that? You get Isaac, who's out, and I'm sure we'll hear something here in a few minutes from Coach Brom. I'm just assuming you're not going to see him against Cal and maybe even Clemson. So just when it's a hamstring, I mean Lamar just missed a month. I mean, I hope it looked like a hamstring. I don't even know what it was.
If it is a hamstring, that's news.
I mean, Lamar Jackson just missed a month with a hamstring. Like so
who's faster,
I'm not
Lamar
gonna sit here.
or Isaac?
The fact that it's a question says a lot.
Isaac at his fastest or Lamar at his fastest?
I mean, Lamar.
It's got to be Lamar, right?
He's a Heisman Trophy winner. I'm not going against Lamar, but but it's a question. That's pretty impressive, So, but yeah, no,
okay,
it was just.
Give me some cross-section moments of the game. By the way, the phone lines are open. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. give me some cross. If you were doing the YouTube clip up
Okay.
and you were only allowed like a certain number of plays,
Yeah.
give
How
me
about
some
this one?
cross-section.
Mark Blankenbaker gave a great one on this one. How about this? Because we're gonna play out in about 2 minutes, so that way we can we'll be back in time for Coach Brom.
Okay.
Let me give Mark Blankenbaker credit on this one for really pointing it out. But what about this? You get a safety. Did you see what happened on the very next play?
No.
It's okay if you didn't, because
I
I didn't give it enough respect. A
Oh, the
touchback.
kick.
A touchback.
Yes.
How big is that?
Yes.
Like, how big is that? And that's one where I was like, shame on you.
Yep.
After the game, I smacked my own hand and said, shame on
Yep.
you. You did not give that enough credit.
Great call.
That was a safety. That could have been great field position. Now they're punching it right down again. And instead, Nick Keller put that thing through the end zone.
I remember
How big is that?
looking and thinking, he didn't kick off from the regular spot, did he?
And I didn't even notice. I was just like, oh, cool, touchback. And I went on with my day. Like, and it was like, I literally was like, shame on you. Because that's the type of play right there. Teams end up in the playoffs because they make plays like that. Right there. Little things, man. Like little things that you and that's one where it's not really one that it's going to go on the
Right.
the highlight reel, so it's not really answering the question you were asking.
I got one
but,
for you.
Okay.
I got one for you. We throw the ball out to Colin Lacey.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to get tackled.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Lacey drops his hips.
Yep, it's a great one.
Lowers his body, and I'm talking about he bulls over that guy for those extra 4 yards.
Yep.
And gets
I
that
knew exactly what you were talking about. It's a great
Steve, when I saw that, I'm just and those are the plays when you see those, they're like they do something extra to you too. Like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
it's
who
an
I'm
extra
going to war with.
desperation, man. It's desperation. I love it.
So yeah, him dropping his weight, his load, and running over that kid to get those yards. And you need those first downs. Like that was a third down. That was an important, drive. Lengthen the drive. Put some pressure on the defense. Like move the ball, because it's like when you got to punt that ball, you're always in danger. The moment you have to punt to another team, like I said, any fluke play, any trick play, you could have a cornerback slip. I mean, it's whew.
Totally agree.
Anytime you get some guy that gets you the first down, not schemes you the first down, a player gets you the first down. Those make me feel so much better about my team at all times. Rolling along 93.9. Oh, Jeff Brom on the other at the 11 o'clock hour. Rolling along 93.9 The Bill.
Level Ranges, the city's newest high-tech gun range. Whether you're a pro or a beginner, we've got the perfect setup with state-of-the-art lanes, expert instructors, and a safe, welcoming atmosphere.
Sorry, y'all. No commercials today. I don't want to bore you out your mind. Shame on us for not repeating that more often. kidney, and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
The official broadcast partner of all U of L athletics, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Powered by Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
No problem yet. I'll let you know.
Building, business, or municipality, they all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price. And it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course, or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
We're waiting for Coach Brom really quick, and when he pops in there,
shout out to DJ from Texas. My whole kitchen smells like apple cider vinegar at the moment, Steve.
How about that? Old DJ, man.
One more question, Steve. Does Phil Baker do that drunk segment on Sunday Morning Hangover anymore? You know when he used to play things slow? Hangover. You say what?
Oh, Tipsy Takes. Yeah.
Does he
would do Tipsy Takes. They haven't done that in a minute, I don't think.
Okay. I again, not making fun of Phil. I got better things to do on Sunday. I've never heard it.
What he used to do would take clips from the week and slow it down, and it made the person sound drunk.
If you're excited about anything, Steve, and they slow you down, you sound like a raving alcoholic.
Yeah, love this team. All right, we got Coach Brom. Let's go to him.
Take it away.
Opponent. They're well coached. They have a good young quarterback. They can throw the football. They play aggressive on defense. Once again, we'll have to, improve on our mistakes we made this past game and here in the past, and try to find a way to play cleaner football if we can, and more efficient on both sides of the ball. But I do think that we played hard, played to the end. We found a way to win, and hopefully we can make some improvements as we go forward, and find a way to win against a good California team. Isaac will be out for a while, so he will not be available this game. Duke, we're working to get him back. We're hopeful that he can play this week. We'll see how this week of practice goes.
Jeff, looking at Cal, the quarterback, what is it about him that has kind of made him have some early success there, and maybe the weapons that he has around him?
Well, he's a good young quarterback. He can throw the football. He was highly recruited. I think he went to Oregon briefly, maybe during their bowl prep, and didn't get some reps and wanted more action, wanted to get on the field early, and he's very good. So this is a good quarterback who can throw the football. He can see the field. He's accurate, and that's what they rely on is his ability to be accurate, make good decisions, and the passing game has been very effective for him. So definitely has a bright future, and we'll have to play good defense. Well, I think the goal is always to start fast and to come out and play a good first half. We have not been as sharp. I think every game's different. When you come in halftime, you kind of get a feel and pulse of the team. There's sometimes you can get after them and get them going. There's other times you can kind of, bring some life back into them by describing the situation and how we have to overcome it and laying it out for them. And, so I just think every week is different. I thought this past halftime, we had our heads down a little bit, and some people were disappointed and frustrated, and I wouldn't say ready to give in, but you just kind of have a little bit of anger that's built up. But I thought we needed to get the juices back going, that we can play football. It's only 30 minutes of a game, and we can come back and execute and play much better if we're into it, and if we want to do it, and if we believe in ourselves and play with confidence and go out there and play to win. And I just think that we did a much better job. And, we're going to face good football teams in the conference. So, I'd love to win every quarter and every play, but it's not going to happen. So you got to try to win more than they do, and you got to try to score more than they do, and you got to try to make less mistakes than they do. If you do that, you will have a chance to win. And I just think, our guys got to just keep playing, and they got to keep playing hard, and we got to keep believing in them, no matter what the score is. Well, it was great for Kiwan to play well. We needed him to. He's practiced well. He's been injured a little bit and finally got back healthy. I think he understands his role. He's got to be ready when his number's called. He's got to be able to produce when we put him in. He's got to be able to block and be physical and run the football downhill. He's taking care of the football very well. He'll definitely have to carry more of the load now, and I think he can handle it. Well, when it comes to our football team and whether we think we can compete against other teams, yes. I mean, I feel like, we just got to keep pushing forward. We've got good resources here. We've got a good football team. For me, it's concentrating on the season and worrying about the next game, and that's what we're doing. We've got a lot to play for. Every game matters. Every game counts. Every game, the stakes are higher and higher, and it's important that we come back at home and beat Cal.
I know I mentioned this last week. Can you just kind of speak about the punting again and what happened maybe in the breakdown early in that game with the block punt? And what happened with that, and how do you correct that? That's a couple weeks in a row that I know you've been disappointed with. How do you correct it with the guys that, obviously you have on the team?
Well, on the block punt, they were selling out to block the punt. They walked up more than you can handle for the most part. We did a couple things I didn't like on the punt that will get fixed and corrected that I think will eliminate that mistake. With that said, there are times we catch and hold the ball too long, especially when we know there's a all-out block coming. So it's a combination of a lot of things. We've already talked about the corrections internally that I think we need to make, which we worked on yesterday. I think we have a better grasp for it. And, for the most part, special teams has gained an advantage for us. And even with the punt return, that came back and helped us win the football game. But, yes, we do not want to get punts blocked. That was disappointing. There was a guy coming clean off the edge, and it was a short edge, so we'll get that fixed.
Have you seen improvements when talking with Miller about his decision-making when it comes to maybe throwing those interceptions, getting the strip sack, kind of along those lines of not preventing turnovers and things like that? Like, what's his mentality kind of around that?
Well, quarterback's not an easy position. We can judge him on every single play he makes. He's in there 85 or so snaps a game. Yes, the interception we like to have back. He forced that down the middle. We had an in cut coming open behind that was the first progression, and he just needed to be a little more patient and allow that to come open. But he thought he had Colin going down the middle, which was covered very well. Came back and then scrambled one time and had the ability to run for a first down, and he threw it deep. And then after that, we kind of had to settle him back in, and I think he did. He plays hard. He was able to run the ball a couple times after, get us a couple first downs. You're not going to make every decision perfectly right. I think that it's just important he keeps playing. I think, we need him to play his best, just like we need all the others to play their best. There were some times we might have had some guys open up the field. We didn't protect as well. There were some times maybe we weren't precise in our route running. I mean, there was a lot going on, I think, especially in the first half, that we needed to clean up and try to get fixed. And sometimes that always spotlights on the quarterback. But, he played hard. And I know he works really hard, and he's going to continue to work hard to get better. He knows we need him to play well to win, and he knows that we need our others, guys on the team, to play well around him. It's a team effort, and, getting the ball to our playmakers is important, not turning it over and just finding ways. I think we could hopefully find some ways to create some bigger plays up the field as we progress forward. But if not, we just got to be efficient in what we're doing. I think for us, internally, we talk about, one game season a lot and the importance of the next game. And, I think if you do that as much as we do, you don't have to talk about all the things going on around you as much. I think they're fully aware. And I've talked about the stakes getting higher and higher every week. So they're fully aware that the stakes are higher each and every week. And we talk about that because we want to stress the importance of, however hard you work last week, no matter whether things went great or not, you have to work even harder this week. Like, everything matters. And if you want to continue to work your way up the hill, you've got to win the next football game. And that requires a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation, a lot of concentration and focus. And you can't let your foot off the gas. And that can sometimes happen as you play a long season. Every once in a while you want to take a breath and relax a little bit, which is fine as long as it's very brief, because you got to get back to work. And that's myself, our coaches, our players. There's a lot to play for. Every game matters. There's a lot to play for. That's what makes it fun. And if you win, you're giving yourself a chance. And we just want to, try to continue to improve and play our best football that we can every time we step on the field. And, we know it's not going to be perfect. And, but we've got to try to make it as great as we can every game.
You were talking about Miller. How much do you want? I mean, obviously, how much do you want him to run when he has to? And how difficult is that, maybe for a quarterback to know in their mind, okay, this time I got to take off, or this time I don't? How do you teach that with a guy?
Well, we work at it as much as we can. I think a game action really is when you can see it full speed, live, when everything matters. Every different situation arises. Maybe you're playing good at the time. Maybe you've had a rough stretch, but you've got to continue to, move the chains and get first downs. And if we can do it by air, great. If we can do it by hand the ball off, great. But every once in a while, when we call pass plays, it's not going to be open. They're going to cover it. The protection is going to break down. The receiver is going to get bumped off his route. He's going to run the wrong depth, maybe occasionally. You've got to be able to step up and go through your progression. If it's not there, the clock's got to go off, and you've got to go get us some yards. And if that can be 2 yards, 5, 10, it doesn't matter. But you got to get us some yards. And I do think, in the course of a couple scrambles, if you're moving up, sometimes there's some room up there to run, and we've got to take advantage of that. 2 games ago, he scrambled inside the 10-yard line for a touchdown. In the latter part of the game, I think he made 1 or 2 runs that got us some key yards. One was a first down. Like I said, after the interception, there was one time I thought he could have scrambled and got his yards on a key third down. But we just got to continue. He's got to continue to watch it on film. We've got to practice it as much as we can. He's got to picture it in his head over and over again. And that's one of the hardest parts about playing quarterback is, he is a thrower. But we're not going to ask him to run a whole lot. But the protection is going to break down. Something's going to happen. 2 to 5 times a game is what I tell him every game before the game. Hey, 2 to 5 times you're going to have to go run and get his yards. One game it could be 2, one game it could be 5, one game it could be more, maybe less, but it's going to happen. So it's got to be in your head that use your legs, let your feet and eyes do the talking as you're going through the progression. And a lot of times, if you can get yourself moving forward, you can naturally take off and get us some yards. So we're hopeful that any quarterback that we have can do a good job of being smart and getting us positive yards if he can. Couldn't hurt what? Oh. No, it was great. Yes, I saw it live. Big baseball fan myself. I actually texted Brian Mundorf right after he hit the home run because I was just asking about Will Smith the other day, about kind of tell me his path and what exactly, how did he become so good? And he just said he was a hard worker, and he just put in the time and continued to get better and better every year and stronger and developed even more. So that was good to hear. But, yeah, it was I didn't see all the series, but, man, it seemed like some great games. When I watched it, everything was intense, great crowds, about as back and forth as you can play. You look at those games, normally they're not dominating the game. It's just back and forth, who's going to hang in there. And there was just some great plays made late in the game. It was fun to watch. There was it was as tight as you could get for a World Series. It's probably one of the better ones I've seen in a long time. And like I said, not that I watched the entire game, but saw the end of it. And for Will to hit the home run to win the game, that was outstanding. And you can tell he's a humble, modest, hardworking young man, so very proud of him. Well, yes, we do go into each game different. I mean, we've been short at running back, in our opinion, multiple games this year. And it affects, our thinking going into it. We're hopeful to be as healthy as we can with the ones available. But if not, we've got to have an alternate plan ready to go. Really, it's about who are our playmakers, how do we get the ball in their hands, how do we spread the ball around. You can't throw it every play, you can't run it every play, but you got to have some balance. And we're hopeful to get Duke back if we can this week, which I think would really help. Not having Isaac, things happen like that all the time. You got to be able to overcome it. I wouldn't go that far yet. We'll see how these next couple weeks go and see exactly where he's at. Thank you.
That was Coach Prom right there. So we got a few little updates there. What do you think?
Quick takeaways.
Well, I mean, I think, right off, of course, Isaac Brown right off the top, just because I am in a spot to make a playoff, I'm in a spot to go win the conference. And it sounds like it's pretty safe to say next 2 home games, you won't have Isaac Brown. Again, it could be longer, but he said there at the end, now pump the brakes on. He may not be back in the regular season, but it kind of sounds like probably you're looking November 22nd against SMU. Maybe you bring him back. However, on the flip side, it does sound pretty positive on Duke Watson. Sounds like you, and listen, a fresh Duke who hasn't played in basically all season, and you add a fresh Duke Watson back to the room would be not Isaac, of course, but would be a nice get,
Watson is a problem.
He's a major problem. And I love Kewan. And all summer, I spent saying, Isaac is a little touch above Duke, but I believe as much as I love Kewan, I think Duke's a touch above Kewan. You know what I mean? Like, hey, and Kewan's done some great things, and today is not a day for any Kewan Brown slander, okay? But it's Duke Watson's got that extra that I and look, and I'm saying that, and Kewan's ran away from 2 defenses to close the game out in the last 2 games. There's still something different.
And he navigated his goal line touch.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, dove right. I mean, look, perfect.
He said nose for the end zone.
Yes, absolutely. That's why I say I don't want to say, but that's kind of how I spent all summer saying, hey, I don't want to say anything disrespectful about Duke Watson. He just don't have that that Isaac's got. He got a little something different, that but Duke is Duke might be more of a threat out of the backfield than Isaac is.
I will also say this. This is my confession. Since, the Duke Watson conversation is my social media outburst.
Mm-hmm.
It's my loser.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll listen. The way I was with Michael Brown, I'll believe it when I see it. If he gets to the floor, gets to the season. If he goes from the Olympic Games to get all the way to the first game of the season, I'm still waiting for him to transfer, Steve.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You're like, I mean, the game ain't started tonight yet.
6:00 tonight, Steve.
6:00. We don't play till 9. He might wait till 8.
3 hours before the game. This is a buzz.
He might wait till 8. You're gonna be like, listen, there's big transfer news. Look, Michael Brown, and I go worst case scenario. Michael Brown's going to play for Kentucky. Look, they're missing a couple point guards. He was like, you know what? I feel like there's an open spot there. And, I really like what Kobe Rogers has done here. So he's kind of scared me a little bit. So I'm going to go play for Kentucky.
Or Georgetown.
Or Georgetown. Maybe he wants to go play there. No, he's like, I ain't going to play there. You see their point guards? Like, man, look, there. Thank you so much, Nick. He's like, no, absolutely not. But no, yeah, you're not wrong though. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the biggest takeaway for me. I mean, you got some football stuff there, but again, I mean, I'm not saying that like nothing football. I mean, like the punt, but that's why I love Jeff Brom. He's like, yeah, no, we saw some things on that punt that went wrong. It wasn't all, kudos to them on making the play, but it wasn't all that. Listen, we did a couple things wrong. Hey, you got to get that ball out because that was an extraordinarily slow punt.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you got to see that, right?
Or he just had a clean run on the short side.
But even that, dude, you got to see that. Like, somebody's got to see that. And I'm not even just blaming the punter. I mean, you got to, somebody's got to say, hey, a front man, somebody's got to be like, hey, you got to get this ball out quick. Hey, man, come on now. But I do the same thing when I'm talking about like Miller Moss. I don't get mad at an O-lineman all the time. I'm like, you got to see that, bro. Get rid of the ball. I mean, dude's coming unblocked. Move your head.
Yeah, or know your sign.
Or just feel it. Feel it. Yeah, feel it. Don't let Steve get away without going over his money line. Dude, I was doing that for jokes. I was doing money line rummage for jokes. Y'all took that serious? There was sarcasm in my money line, Marcus. Like, I was like, oh yeah, hey, take this game. Like, I was joking.
I'm listening, Steve.
I was just playing.
I'm listening, Steve.
Yeah, like I was playing with money line.
Nick,
I mean, that was for fun, dude. Money line rummage was for fun. That was a joke, bro. Chill. Like, you trying to call me out? Trying to call me out for money line rummage?
Where you at?
Do this?
I'm listening.
Gosh, man, look, that was
fun. I wasn't in. Tell me what happened.
All right. I mean, look, we'll go over it. I mean, I'll go over them, but I mean, like, I'm not like taking the L for them. I mean, it was jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were just doing it for S&G.
Yeah, it's like, ha! Y'all think this is gonna happen?
We're doing it like ironically. You know what I
mean,
like,
I'm listening.
Yeah, this is stupid. Let's see. I mean, okay, Vanderbilt in Texas. I was like, take Vandy. Texas won, but I mean, I can't believe y'all took me serious. Louisville.
This man.
Y'all don't get humor apparently, because Louisville over Virginia Tech. Y'all could tell I was serious about that one. I was like, yeah, no, Louisville's gonna beat Virginia Tech. Duh. Yeah, right. Come on, dude. Cal over Virginia. Y'all believe me? Y'all believe me? God, I was playing. Michigan over Purdue. I told y'all Purdue was gonna win.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I was like, duh. Pittsburgh over Stanford. Well, no crap. Like, those are the ones I'm being serious about. I wasn't really even giving you 10. Like Notre Dame over Boston College. Like, yes, Notre Dame's going to win that game.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Maryland.
Yes.
Look, Indiana over Maryland. Yeah, no crap. Georgia over Florida. Like, these are the games I told y'all to bet on. Like, that was, it was a little scary, but that was a no-brainer, man. Like, that was a no freaking brainer. UConn, did UConn win? I'm pretty sure UConn won.
I think they did.
I'm pretty sure UConn won. Like, it's like I told y'all, UConn's gonna win. Like that's
UConn football survey says. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
dude.
right. Like duh. Like these are the
They're
ones.
about like 20.
I was doing a 6-game money line and then like 4 jokes, because then I was like, listen to this, Marcus, and then I clearly was like, all right, look, and then I'm gonna give y'all this one. I was like, Miami's gonna beat SMU.
That was a joke.
And I'm like, you morons bet that? Oh my God, dude. Like, so I actually hit. Because I was.
You hit what you were going for.
Yeah, they didn't hit my sarcasm. So like they actually bet Vandy and Cal, and Miami and stuff. Like, y'all silly, dude. Y'all silly. Like I was just trying to play. You can't even have fun. That's the problem with this world now. You can't even have fun. Everything's so PC, and y'all want to money line run me. It's like, dude, like get a life, dude. You know what I'm saying? Stop gambling. Why don't y'all stop doing that? Why don't y'all stop gambling? You shouldn't be giving away money anyways.
Relying on
That's probably your kids' food money. I bet y'all don't get it. Y'all probably not gonna get a meal this week. 1-800-GAMBLER. Call it because you need help. You need help. It's stupid.
Steve, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you gave me the bets, I was like, you ain't even take a risk.
Yeah, I know. Like, well, that's an easy one. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought, I was like, this is money.
This is money.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you're gonna like. I felt like you. I'm like, Maben feels this every time he puts these out. He's like, these are gonna hit.
This is money.
Yeah, and I was like literally telling Nick, I'm like, we've got like 7 guarantees here.
Yeah, that's what I was mad at you, Steve, because I'm like,
and I was,
these are guarantees, Steve. Like,
and I was like, bro, like Miami's gonna beat SMU. That'd be a close game. But then I'm like, Vandy's gonna bust Texas. That was the first game of the day, and like I look up and Texas up 21-0. I'm like, what the hell?
That's why the first thing I said is, I'm like, what does $10 get you 20? Because I'm like, this is look. This is not going to do anything.
Yeah, I know.
It's not going to get you paid, but it's going to.
I know.
You're going to win, but you're not going to get paid.
Yeah. There's a reason that they goof you into that. They're like, yeah, okay, we'll give you $200 for this one. You're like, dude, that's great odds. They're like, yeah, because Cal's not going to beat Virginia. Texas is going to smash. I think Vandy come back and cut it to 3 somehow. But I didn't even realize. But Texas was dominating that whole game, and then SMU. Miami just. It's like, what's going on here?
They got the shell cracked.
Yeah, it's like yeah. So they suck now.
And that's coming right. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, whack.
No, it's the ACC blunder. You realize
it's a really stupid segment. To be honest with you. That's the last thing I just want to say. I was just like, it's really like I was doing it last week. I'm like, it's stupid.
Why does Marcus even waste his time doing this?
I know. I was like, what a waste of time, man, for a segment, dude.
Money Knocker Rummage was a guaranteed hit.
Yeah. I was never more confident in anything in my life than those. I was like, maybe Virginia screws me over.
But one team at max was going to mess that up.
Yeah. I was like, I've literally got 7 guarantees. Like, so there's no way these other ones aren't hitting. And then on top of like, I look up and Boston College dang near beating Notre Dame. I'm like, what's going on here? What do we do? Florida should have beat Georgia.
Florida had Georgia on the
Yeah.
ropes.
Yeah.
But again, Steve, when you play that game, I mean, how fast do you go from playoff picture and conversation to okay, what's the little thing like the studies, like once the insects realize or they feel like they got a ceiling, they stop jumping high enough to get out. Have you seen that little thing?
Absolutely.
I forget which insect it is.
Yep. I know exactly.
Nikki, do you know what I'm talking about?
A large insect?
No, like a small insect, and they basically they put them in a glass, put these insects in a glass, and at first they can jump out the glass, but then you put a ceiling on the glass, and they start losing the ability to even jump out of the glass. Right?
Yeah, it's just they convince themselves like
it's like a psychological thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could take it back off, and
they
couldn't get out.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what ACC football turns into sometimes for me.
Yeah.
Because I can watch Florida State get a win against Alabama. I can watch Miami bust Florida. I can watch this. And then I watch Georgia barely beat Florida, and I watch these, and it's just every year. Like, didn't Georgia Tech have Georgia on the ropes last year?
Yeah.
At the end of the season?
Well, let me tell you this, Marcus. Jeremy sent me a tweet yesterday, and it was like when he sent it, I had to look at it, and I was like, I don't get what are you trying to send me here? And the tweet said, it was from Reddit College Football, and it said, this league is impossibly deep. It's top to bottom, and even in November, there's no way to know who will finish. And I just looked at the logos, and it was like Texas A&M, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, Texas, OU. And I'm like, why is he sending me SEC jargon? But then when you look at it, the names are Virginia, Georgia Tech, Pitt, Louisville, SMU, Duke. But the logos are all SEC logos, and they got the numbers 5-0, 5-1, 5-1, 4-1. Win percentage, overall 7-2, 8-1, 8-1, 8-1, 7-1. And it's like
great job.
And it was really good. And the first comment said, no comparison. The six SEC teams listed would crush the 6 ACC teams. And the Reddit College Football wrote back and said, definitely with Florida State, Bama box score. It's like totally would. 31-17, Florida State over Bama. Like, it's just like.
And that's what I'm saying. You get to.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, you get to. And how many ACC, SEC challenge games do you have to win? But then it's like, okay, you won them early, so it don't count. You won them late, so it don't count.
Georgia just took Georgia everything they had to beat Florida. Miami's not even in the top 5 in the conference in the ACC right now. Beat the hell out of Florida.
And again, take this back to last year, like what your Louisville did to Kentucky. Kentucky got props for keeping it within 10 with Georgia or keeping it within 10 with Texas. You know, like those were close games.
Yeah.
And we have always carried over, what you did in the bowl game, what you did late season. Like we've been able to do that. So it's like, how do you keep the SEC on that pedestal now, and how are people not fighting over that more?
I trust Jeff Brom too much. I'm totally kicking off subject here. Did he just say Isaac Brown's out for the foreseeable future? And I'm just going on like,
I was going to say that.
We got Keywan Brown.
Yeah, look,
we good?
How quickly did we just moved on? We just went,
Hour one, I was going to say this, Steve, and we kind of got off subject. I was going to say, can you believe we're 35 minutes into the show with Isaac Brown being out, and we're talking about everything except losing quite possibly the best running back in the country?
Maybe I do just have blind faith in Jeff Brom, because he just what hit me was Pete Nakos just tweeted out and said, huge blow for Louisville. They, basically Isaac Brown's going to be out for a while. And I'm looking at that tweet and I'm like, oh man, it's not that bad. And then I'm like, what did you just say? I'm just like, oh yeah, we'll be fine.
I'll tell you.
We got Clemson in a couple weeks. Who cares?
I had my moment during the game Saturday. I saw Isaac Brown limping, and then I just did this. This is what I did in my brain. I went, Kewan Brown, Duke Watson. I was like, then I started thinking about Isaac Arendo, Gerard Jordan, and I'm just like, we're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I've had running backs on all three of my roster or on all three of my seasons that were some of the most explosive running backs you could see.
Like if Duke was out for this Cal game, I think I will literally convince myself. I'll just be like, oh, they got that little white kid. I mean, Jennings,
yeah.
He's a beast. Yeah, just run him.
Yeah, he'll get us our yards.
Yeah, just run him. Like, oh.
keep the defense honest.
Look, Jeff Brom's looking at me like, yeah, I'll just run him. I'll just run the white kid. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, just run him. What's wrong? You can't call up an offense with him? Figure it out, dude.
But to pay you to do it.
yeah, you're getting paid what?
Yeah. You want
what
that?
A great answer, too. I love Jeff Brom when they ask him, like, your name's coming up. He's like, hey, I'm focused on this season. It's like, hey, look, I ain't giving y'all what you want. You want me to say I'm locked in here.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I like money too. So.
Yeah. On the other hand, I'm like, yeah, Jeff, go ahead and go up there with Neely Bendapudi.
God, Neely Bendapudi. Yeah, go play for that. What about Cincinnati fans? They got a big taste of big game Scott this weekend, didn't they?
I'm listening.
I'm like, y'all don't know. Like, okay, so game days at Utah, Satterfield, and them. I'm like, we've watched this since he's having a good year. I mean, like, no shade. Like, they're having a good year. They're winning games. It's a big, massive game against Utah. You know what's going to happen here. Like, Utah's going to dominate this game. And poor Cincinnati fans, they're just jacked. They're like, we're traveling to Utah. Satterfield's got it rolling, baby. Somebody up in Bearcat country is like, Satterfield's out here working fools, and they're excited. And I'm like, oh, baby, y'all about to get killed. Big game Sat. Y'all don't know about big game Sat, do you? And then sure enough, Cincinnati showed up like, and they had that look. Oh, this is a big game? Huh. Who would have thought? And they lost like 45-17.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, and Cincinnati looked just like those Louisville teams looked. Like, that's a rivalry? What's everybody so excited for? When you were like
there's a line.
Do y'all not know this is a big game? Like, y'all, like, we're playing Miami and College Game Days here, and my team's just like, look at all this. College Game Days here. Wonder why? Like, because it's a big game. You just got destroyed. Utah just killed.
Let's get our last.
Yeah, let's talk a little basketball.
93 Knoxville.
This is Nathan Huber with ESPN Louisville. As a sports official, I'm always on my feet.
Sorry, I got to pull that down. See if we can survive one show without getting copyrighted to death. Again, I am going to make some homemade commercials. I'm going to move some of the visual commercials over to the YouTube channel. So we got some improvements. I really did think Rummage had a good list of. It was fleas. Okay. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking gnats are fleas. I could picture them. I just couldn't think of what it was. Thank you for that. Definitely learned helplessness. Yeah, because I'm like, what do you have to do? Like, how many ACC over SECs do you need in this season to get away from that? Really irritating. Actually, Actually, guys, I'll be right back.
I'm attorney Sam Aguiar. At Sam Aguiar Injury Lawyers, there's a lot that makes us different. Everything we do is designed to take incredible care of our clients. We work fast, constantly pressuring insurance companies. Our clients hear from us. It's not the other way around. We have the bigger share guarantee, so you always get more than us. At the end of the day, our process ensures you receive the top compensation you deserve. So if you've been in an accident, give us a call. 502-888-8888.
When it comes to your business, presentation is everything. That's why at Shaheen's Uniforms, they specialize in creating the perfect image for your team. Established in 1922, they've been outfitting businesses like yours with uniforms that not only impress, but also stand the test of time. Whether you need corporate attire, workwear, or specialized uniforms, they've got you covered. Their selection is as diverse as your unique business needs. Join the ranks of satisfied clients who've trusted Shaheen's Uniforms to elevate their brand. Shaheen's Uniforms, a century of dressing success, one uniform at a time.
Looking to elevate your space? KPG Glass has you covered. From custom showers and bathroom glass to windows, doors, and unique custom etching and even printed glass, KPG brings your vision to life. Need something bigger? KPG specializes in large commercial construction and renovation. KPG delivered stunning custom glasswork to the Kieber Center and the baseball team's locker room renovation. Look up their portfolio on kpgglass.com. That's kpgglass.com.
Genesis Diamonds invites you to the Holiday Love Event, our biggest and final sale of the year, November 14th through the 16th. Hi, this is Eddie Admoni, VP at Genesis, inviting you to enjoy store-wide savings up to 35% off. Engagement rings, earrings, pendant, bands, and bracelets. 7 world-class designers will be showcasing their entire collections. Even luxury pre-owned Rolexes are included. Don't miss this incredible savings event up to 35% off. Zero interest financing is also available. November 14th through the 16th at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Plaza.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com. If you're a true sports fan, you're always searching for that home field advantage. And speaking of homes, I have the perfect realtor that can meet all of your needs. The name you should know, Derek A. Stewart. Derek A. Stewart brings experience and expertise to all of your home buying and selling needs. Derek is also familiar with any and Coach do be cussing out Miller all the time, don't he? I wonder how many times. As Coach said, what the F are you doing? Like from game one to now.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about.
We need a WTF counter.
First time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's like
over under threes, mate. That's funny. He was asked about that too in the interview.
First time can be the last time that
or the media availability.
At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve.
The whole time
Sports fans, touchdown at Boom Bars. Enjoy gourmet pizzas, handcrafted cocktails, and the best game day atmosphere in town. Boom Bars in the Highlands, Westport.
Dang, it's already 11:44. Sheesh.
Download the ESPN Louisville app today on the Apple or Google Play Store.
Feel like we just started.
Hi, this is Paul Rogers. Over the years, I've seen how injuries can slow anyone down. That's why when someone needs expert orthopedic care in Louisville, I point them to Ellis & Bodenhausen. For over 50 years, Ellison Bodenhausen Orthopedics has kept Louisville moving at home, at work, and on the field. With 10 board-certified orthopedic surgeons and 4 convenient locations, they treat everything from fractures and sprains to joint replacements and chronic pain with expert care and real results. Same and next-day appointments are available at all locations. Walk-in clinics are offered every Monday morning from 8 to 9:30 at East Point, Dixie, and St. Matthews. Call 502-587-1236 or visit enbortho.com to schedule.
Yeah.
That's at Ellison Bodenhausen Orthopedics. The care you deserve,
For sure.
the results you expect.
Got to do a show tonight. Are you crazy?
Do you want to grow your business?
Of course we're doing a show tonight. Actually, if we're blowing them out nice, I'll start early. I hope we'll be blowing them out good.
And much more.
All right, football fans, David here with Chick-fil-A Stony Brook and Chick-fil-A Bardstown Road.
So I can start early, yeah. So maybe the last 10 minutes will be game watch-ish. Maybe we'll have a giveaway. Ooh. We'll actually, yes, we will have a giveaway. And all y'all who are kicking with me just in the YouTube section, there will be a giveaway tonight.
Chick-fil-A Bardstown Road by calling ahead or ordering online at LouisvilleCFA.com.
Residential shingle.
You remember the rules. Yep. Definitely doing a giveaway tonight. I just realized it. Ooh. You know what? I forgot to ask Steve about that.
Roofing Solutions is your choice for your commercial flat roof. Call Jim McGraw at 502-741-0858. That's 502-741-0858. Or find them at roofsolutionsky.com. Roof Solutions is the solution to your flat roof problems.
Is Kaysen eligible? Is Kaysen going to play or not? I don't know.
What?
What? I don't know. Coach Kelsey was like, look, Jeff Goodman said he wasn't going to play. And then Coach Kelsey yesterday was like, I don't know who said that. I mean, I didn't say he's not playing. I said we're going to.
And who snitched on Goodman?
Brooks Holman.
Brooks
was like,
we heard
Brooks
you
was
snitch.
like, yeah. Brooks was like, it was Jeff Goodman. Just throwing that out there. I was like,
laughed.
good on you, Brooks.
I did.
Good
I
on
laughed.
you,
I
Brooks.
laughed when I heard that.
I still don't expect to see Kaysen tonight. I do think we'll see him for Kentucky. I do think he's back enough for that. But again, maybe not. But again, that's a conversation I'll have.
Yeah, I just
later this week or next week. You know. But I mean, hey, I'm excited. I'm excited to get back to it today, man. Tonight it counts. You know, there's still. I loved playing Kansas. I love playing Bucknell. There's still some extra nerves come when it's like, hey, it counts now. Yeah, you got that. Go ahead, play that really quick, just so people can hear that didn't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, hey Pat. I saw on Thursday that there was a report that Kaysen was going to be ruled out of this game tomorrow. I'm just wondering, you call this a process for him, where he is in that process here entering the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, he's just building up. His return to play has been going on, for several weeks, gaining more confidence in that thing, getting back into the flow. Those were the two things. Like, he's been cleared medically to play, and it's getting him, to the point where he's really trusting that thing. And then he's just back in a rhythm and back in a flow from a basketball standpoint. We don't want to put him out there until he's truly ready. When that is, I can't tell yet. I don't know where that report came from. I didn't say that. I just said that we're continuing to monitor him, and we're continue to monitor him and get him up to speed, and then get him out there as soon as we feel like he's ready.
Yeah. So I don't think you'll see him tonight. You're 35-point favorite tonight.
Yeah, take your time with him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need to see Kaysen tonight. I would like to, if he's going to play against Kentucky, I would probably like to see him on. What do we play again Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Or something, Jackson State. So I mean, I would probably like to see him by then, but I mean, I'm not getting paid, $4 million to coach team. So do what you want, just win the game.
Steve, have you been to Needs YouTube TV yet?
Well, I haven't had that in a long time. I got the illegal box.
Right. Okay. Well, I know this is not your problem, but what about the masses? Are they dealing with it well, or?
Oh, it's brutal. I mean, the one good thing at least is even though it's just more money you got to pay, you got to go get the ESPN bundle. Like, that thing's kind of clutch. I'm not gonna lie. I actually have that, and it's like the ESPN Unlimited, and you pretty much get you get every game. You get all the ESPN channels. I got it bundled in with my Disney Plus.
I was watching one of those ESPN kind of like Ochos last night, and it was something like a mix between cornhole and it's called like boing ball or something.
Okay.
And it has a whole, and like, you remember the hacky sack?
Like, cool.
Like Boyo ball or something.
Yeah.
You remember the hacky sacks?
Sounds dope. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It had like little hacky sack balls, and it was a cornhole thing, and it had it looked like a Simon Says around it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had little ditches, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching? But you know how a natural competitor, you start watching it, and then you start thinking, I could be somebody in that.
That's me and Spike Ball.
I dominate that.
I'm like, Steve, you've played Spike Ball with your friends. It's really hard. And I watch it play, but I'm like, the games that they're playing in my mind look just like what me and Clay and all of us look like out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it's pretty much the same thing.
Maybe you just record yourself one time and then
I
see
know,
how
yeah,
stupid
be like,
you look.
it doesn't quite look the same. Like, I feel like I'm diving across. I'm like, man, that was the athleticism on me is unreal.
Look, you think you're like the Top Gun dudes out there playing football on the beach.
I know.
No, we don't look it.
Yeah, we're just
all right. Any
bouncing
shout out,
around
Steve?
everywhere. Yeah, big shout out to my friends over at Tri-State Men's Health, man. Get over there and check them out. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Take that low T quiz. It's 10 questions. 2 questions. 10